Well, hi there YouTubers, hope you're having a good time. Hi Brian. Well, it's 7:15 on a Sunday night. I've just been in having a bit of a potter, just watched a bit of a film, and thought it'd be time to come out and just have a bit more time in the shop. I've just got quite a bit of leather work going on there. I've been doing a bit of that inside, practicing some different things, and I've done a couple of jobs in the shop. And I suppose this is a bit of a ramble. I was wondering what to say. I haven't had much time. I've been up to my eyeballs. Work's been really busy, so that just leaves me brain dead. On the night, I really struggle to do anything when I get in, even my knife making and things, or anything else, and the videos. So I've struggled a bit at times. But after a conversation I had last week, and I just thought, I'd just share this a little bit. It's bloody hard at times, especially when you've got something in your head that you want to do, or don't, or whatever, depending on whether you feel that you're moving in a particular way because you're being pushed that way, or whether you're the one trying to push that way. So I suppose the message here is that like now I'm tired. I'm a bit tired. I'm a bit brain dead. But I'm out here and I'll just show you something. I'm trying to be careful. I've just glued the leg back on because it keeps bloody falling off, as anybody who watches these knows. But I'm sat here and this is I've just altered my hand sanding station. I'd put this on with what I used to use. I'm sure you've maybe seen it. I know I'm having little bits of problems, so I thought, right, let's get the job done right. So this piece of steel has been hardened and tempered, polished up, all refitted. I've had to use a bigger clamp because it goes through to both tables here, so it's quite a bit of area I'm clamping through, so it's good and solid. So it's, when I'm doing my hand sanding. So I've done all sorts of little bits and pieces of jobs like that this weekend. And oops, leg sliding. There we go. I think bugger. God, I'm going to buy a better bipod, whatever. And I was just thinking about the conversation I'd had, and it revolved around a lot of things. We're all getting older. Don't get any easier when you get older. Don't get any easier to find a job, or do the things you want to do, or find the energy to do the things you want to do. And I struggle sometimes. Me and Brian, similar age. It's really hard sometimes for me to keep pushing ahead. I've got a lot of little plans in the pipelines, and I'll tell you guys about them. And that's bloody worrying and stress-inducing and things like that as I work my way forward. But I would like to say, I remember the stuff that you, Brian, used to bring up to the shoot, and he's a very talented man, an engineer by background. And I used to look at the things he made and think, Christ, I wish I could turn things like that out. And that's one of the driving things with when I first starting on this little bit of a knife journey. The first part for me was I wanted to see how good I could get. That then morphed into, actually, I'm getting quite good at this. I'm not brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I have a long way to go. But I thought I'm turning knives out that actually look quite good and work. The guys that are taking my knives out are saying they take an awesome edge. I'm blowing my own trumpet here, but they take an awesome edge, they hold that edge, they resharpen easy, and that's the heart and soul of a knife to me. So it spurred me on, and I started thinking, maybe it could become a bit of a part-time, become from a self-funding hobby, which is, in a sense, I'm selling everything I'm making, but it's certainly not a self-funding hobby because it doesn't begin to pay for the equipment and machinery and stuff, but maybe it might going forward. And I know you've got a lot of equipment yourself, Brian. You're setting your shop up. I'm looking at ditching the 9-to-5. I want to get out of the 9-to-5. I'm sick of the rat race. I'm sick of sitting in the traffic and driving to work and back and things like that. I've done it for a long time. I'm lucky my kids are grown up. Yours aren't bloody far off. Chuffing hell. But you've got a lot of talent. And maybe I've had a lot of fear of moving away and losing that Monday to Friday, losing that wage packet every couple of weeks. But maybe, like the mindset I'm starting to get is, I'll manage, I'll do something will come up, I'll keep working, I'll put whatever time, I'll do whatever I need to do. and you've already got some of those opportunities. Similar to me, you've got stuff in the pipeline, you know, and embrace it. You know, I mean, there's the amount of guys out there who have such talent that it never gets out there. We all get stuck in that Monday to Friday 9 while 5 wage packet security and all that kind of stuff, and it just drains. Life just disappears. You know, if you're good at something, do it, and it doesn't matter what it is. If that entails doing a Monday to Friday 9 while 5 because you're in the stock market or you're whatever, if that's your passion and that's what you're good at, then that's the parameters within which you work. Because at the end of the day, we call it the Monday to Friday 9 while 5, and what I'm talking about is that regular routine job with the wage packet. Because even if the more knife making I do more hours in here when I'm on my days off than I do at work. So it's not a case of that. It's just the case of, I suppose, it's trying to find. I think I'm struggling with a way of sort of like saying, I want to do something I really, really enjoy, and something I want to see myself get better at, and something I want to take further, something I have a real interest in, and something that's been lost in other areas. I'm not going to go into what that is. I'm not belittling anything else, but I think that's it. It doesn't matter what it is. Find a bit of passion in there. I'm looking at having to temper that. You know, I have no idea where all this will lead me. I don't. Whether it will ever give me enough income to be able to pay my half of the mortgage and the bills and everything, I don't know. I have other things lined up that I still enjoy doing. Bit of building work, maintenance work, helping, you know, doing sort of like general, sort of like, I don't know, handyman type work and things like that. And if I need to do so many days of that to make sure I've got enough income coming in, then I'll do that. But that will then free me up the time to do the other things I want, and I will never stop pushing to get more and more time to do the things I want to do and get better at the things I want to do. You know, and that's maybe a little paradigm shift we've got to get our heads around. There is another way of doing it out there, and I believe you're good enough to do it. You're good enough now to do it. Me, I'm learning all the way along. You know, you were good enough a long while ago because of the stuff you turned out, the things you used to make. They're as good as anything you'd see anywhere, you know. So I suppose that's my message to you, Brian, is, you know, stop worrying about the Monday to Friday 9 while 5 type stuff. Do what you enjoy, you know, and the more that you enjoy it, the more that you do. It's like, I didn't believe 18 months ago anybody would even want a knife off me. You know, now I'm actually struggling. I'm making some now. I'm trying to make some knives on the side because I actually don't have any to show anybody. Every knife I've made has gone. And I didn't believe 18 months ago I'd even sell one. So I just trundled along slowly, spent all my time learning what to do, doing experimenting, practicing. But that's paid off to the point where, like I say, I actually have a couple. The 2 or 3 now, well, I've got 3 or 4 knives that I've actually made. They're all in use. They're all ones that I've actually made to use and are being used. I don't have anything pristine to show anybody what something can look like as it comes out the shop. That's what I'm having to. I'm trying to find the time to make those now. And I think it's because of, you know, people do see the passion I put in, the care I put into things and everything else. That's evident with you. And that's my message to everybody else. If you've got something that you love and that you enjoy, that will show through. That will drive it. It'll bring people through the door, which I never have believed 18 months ago that would be the case. You know, I've had people come in here that I've met, and they've walked in, and like my mate, he is a friend, you know, but he walked in. I was making a pig sticker, and it was something I just wanted to do for myself, and I'd got it 3/4 way, and I was trundling, and he just walked in and went, "I'm buying that." I said, "I haven't finished it." He said, "I don't care, I'm buying that." I said, "But you don't know what it's going to be like," and he said, "I do. I've seen the stuff you do, I've seen what you put into it. I know what it'll look like when it's finished. I want that." You'll get the same, you will find the same if you put the passion into it and you get it out there, get that stuff out there. You know, I'm not making much money, I'm making cock all. I'm nowhere near minimum wage, but I'm loving what I do. And you could do the same, and so can anybody else out there, anybody who does watch this. If you've got that passion and you've got that drive, go for it. You know, I've waited a long, long time. I've hidden my head under the realms of safety and security, and it's done me well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing it. It's put the roof over my head and food in my belly, and give my kids a good life, and they've gone up and gone off, and hopefully got a reasonable work ethic. And I've always paid my way in life. You know, so I have the pride of knowing I've never scrounged. I've never, you know, bummed my way around. I've paid for everything I've done and everything I've got, and I do that now, and I'm paying my time now. You've got to do that. But I think when you do that, people see that. I had a young man come in today and bought a knife off me who had asked me to make a while ago, and again I'd struggle to get round to it and things like this, you know. And if I haven't got people nagging me, I don't tend to rush on it too much because I'm still working full time. And I think he seemed really, really pleased, and I offered to send it, and he wanted to come and meet me and see it and everything, and I was just gobsmacked by that. So, you know, don't give up, and it's not that easy, and it's not, but it's there, and, you know, if you've got the talent, never mind the talent, I didn't have the talent for doing what I'm doing now, but I've bloody learned because I wanted to learn. It's something I've done for a long time and I wanted to learn. So, you know, if there is something out there you want, go for it. Find a way. Do it. Because if you don't, you'll never get another chance. We're only here once. So that's a bit of a Sunday night dark message. Before I sit here and do a bit more hand sanding. So, you know, with that, you know, I just hope everybody's well, and you know, maybe just takes a bit of, you know, I want to say inspiration, but maybe I don't feel I have the right to do that. But just, you know, things are possible. Sometimes they take a long time. You know, they take time and things like that. I think I had a total disbelief in that this would ever go anywhere other than me being interested in it. So I suppose one of the reasons it's taken me so long is that I've just not rushed. I've just taken my own time. I've taken my own sweet time over doing everything. Because I was doing it for me, and maybe that's the thing, that's what's shown through. I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it, and I want to do it, and I want to turn out the best that I can. And everything I do, every single thing I do, I see that improvement. And when I do something and I think, oh, I make a bit of a mistake, and I just think, shit, that's crap. I've made a mistake, it's shit. And I'm not happy with it. I think I can do better than that. I know I can do better than that. And that starts to give that bit of momentum. You know, so like I say, with that, I will sign off and hope you guys have had an awesome weekend. And you've got a great week ahead. And you find a way to follow what your dreams are. And with that, I will sign off. And thank you for watching, guys. And I'll catch you on the next one. Maybe a makey-doey thing or something. I've still got a few bits to put together from trips out. I haven't had the time. But like I say, hopefully soon. And thank you for watching. And Brian, I hope you get to see this. Catch you next one.